Another day, another small problem. So we've got the end of one of our pivots has sprung a leak. So we're gonna go fix it real quick. The corn is looking good. You can see it down the row, very green. So we're gonna run in there and get a little wet and see if I can fix it. Just got a little wet, not bad. I'm gonna have to fix that later. That thing keeps coming undone. So, or in this case, as they say, rain makes corn. Or in this case, rain makes wheat. There's some more of our beautiful dryland wheat. It actually is heading out in some spots. And then even in these spots where it's really short, it's putting heads out. So I don't know. My guess is we will have to combine it. We'll have to run it through the combine. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go do another hot job down here over in what we call the tailwater pit. And I'm on the Ranger right now. You can see the corn from this end. The corn is really growing. It's looking pretty good. So that did end up turning out really nice. So we will hope it rains for that. But the good thing about the corn is we can make it rain if we have to. Into this pond here. So this is what we refer to as the tailwater pit. And what that refers to is all the runoff water that is the tail end. It runs off the fields, it runs all into this pond. And as you can see, we actually have a pump and then a pipe that will suck it out of, but we have a small problem. There is no water in this pond. And so this water is about 7 acres of corn, and if it doesn't get any rain in it, that will be an interesting problem to have that I really can't remember having for a very long time. This is a big pond. If you can see, this is a big pond that holds a lot of water, and so we'll have to figure it out. But I'm here. What I'm doing is we've connected the pipe, as you can see this, and so what I'm going to do is I've got to put these clamps on these pipes, and I've got my handy dandy Milwaukee. We don't use wrenches very often. We use power tools. If you still use wrenches a lot, I'm sorry. Get a set of Milwaukee power tools. They're way better. Straps on there. Hose clamps is what they're called. I don't know, growing up as a kid, I remember calling them radiator clamps. But potato. Now this is the most piece of junk engine we have on the farm, and so we have to pray a lot for this engine. But it does run. It doesn't look like it will, but it ran last year and we'll have to get it going this year. And but it'll be a while. If it doesn't rain, we'll have to water before that, but this pump won't need to water until where I'm standing, the water is over my head. That is how deep it should be. You see that big berm over there? Clear full. That's how full this thing is a lot of times this time of year, but not this year. Well, now we're gonna grab the battery charger. Doing some odd jobs because the soybeans we have to plant that are not irrigated, the ground is too dry. So we are gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and plant that after a rain. I don't know when that'll happen, but hopefully soon. But really, we've got about a month that we can plant soybeans, even longer, the next month and a half really, and it'll be fine. So we're gonna do some odd jobs between now and then. I'm gonna get the combine, get the battery charged. I think in the next couple weeks, we're probably a month away. We may get it out and work on our wheat header and get everything ready to cut what wheat we're gonna have. So I thought I'd get the battery charger going. We're here at our other barn. I don't know if I've had this one on video yet. We call it the pole shed because if you can see, it's just poles with a roof over it. Just kind of keeps the rain, the sun, the weather, but it's open on this end. And we got to move a little bit. There's the combine. And there is the 8300 tractor. I'm going to move it out of the way. Need to get this out of the way anyways. We're going to probably use it if it would rain because we worked some of our lime into the ground. We didn't no-till. We spread lime on a lot of this bean ground to correct the pH. And so we actually worked it. So we'll probably use this tool and we'll actually do a little bit of tillage with this tool ahead of us planting it. So that'll be something different, but that's why it's on here and that's why it's here in the barn in the wet. Let's see if this starts, if the battery's dead on this. Oh, good sign. Everything lit up. Fired right up. This tractor's like a 1993, and so it's a 93. It's a lot louder inside the cab, you probably can tell, than our 82, 85R tractor, but it does have auto steer on the steering wheel and things. But we'll let it warm up a little bit and then I'll back it out. See the beautiful wheat out there. Just perfect. This is our new to us combine. It's an S770. We're really excited about getting it. Our other combine was, well, I said Ethan was driving the combine last year, and our combine was pretty old because, as I told everyone, the combine is older than the grain cart tractor driver. So that combine was actually older than Ethan. And the other thing I love about this is the batteries are on the ground on this combine. Person who's familiar with these combines, you're like, why didn't you just shut the battery off? And the short answer is because I forgot to. That's all there is to it. If you disconnect the battery, sitting here, generally the battery doesn't die, but if you forget. Well, we have the battery charger hooked up appropriately. I have never tried to charge it. Never tried to charge it through those posts, but it says you can. But we'll see if that works. If not, we'll have to hook it up to directly to the batteries inside this box. But when you set around a while, and this combine it's set around a while, had some work done, drove it to the mechanic, drove it home, set around all winter. You or I set around all winter, our batteries would need charged too. And I haven't sat around all winter and my batteries need charged sometimes. And I'm gonna walk you out here, you can see the good wheat that is actually headed out in this spot. This was some of the first wheat we planted. See, this isn't the best, it's on the edge, but it's been getting water. That's the difference. It's all the heads are out, as you can see, and that wheat's got pretty good potential. This field ought to have all its heads out probably over the next week, 4 to 5 days, shooting heads like crazy. Very exciting moment, maybe on its way. Been praying for a significant rain for many, many weeks, and it might be on its way. I don't know how much. We don't want to jinx it, but there is on the radar some of that good red stuff. You know, the red heavy rain on the radar, it's kind of coming this way. So hopefully it's going to be a beautiful rain here in a little bit. A 1/2 inch will be just what the doctor ordered. There's Jenny. Say hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Are you ready for a rain, Jen?
I'm ready. It's dry here.
This might be your debut on our video.
Oh.
It's pretty awesome. We'll have to get Jenny out in the tractor a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully we get a rain. That is rain. Not a lot of rain yet, but a beautiful sky, and hopefully it's on its way. It might go north of us, a lot of it. That's what I'm a little worried about, but we'll see what happens. It is the next day, and it did rain. It's the evening. Went to work. It rained about a 1/2 inch to 7/10 of an inch, 70 hundredths, however you say it. Out here on the farm, farmers say weird stuff. 70 hundredths, 7/10, 3/4 of an inch. It was better than nothing, and it probably will help what wheat we have, which is not going to be good. It's going to help it actually get some wheat and fill a little bit, so there'll be some wheat to cut. I am going to go check a field and see how wet it is. I'm going to have Ethan, as I think I said in a video earlier, we're going to what we call field cultivate the ground, so we're going to till it. You've been seeing us no-till where we just plant right into the crop residue, but these fields we put lime on and we worked it in, and so we're going to go ahead and lightly till it and harrow it, and then we're going to plant it. After school tomorrow, Ethan's going to hop right on the tractor and the field cultivator and get to going, and then when I get home at 6 o'clock or so, we will start planting. Yeah, you can see this ground is a little wet. That is weird this year. Just a little wet. And so we'll run the tillage tool over it. It's called field cultivator, as I said. And we'll work this up and we'll plant soybeans in here, dryland soybeans, at a much lower rate than we were planting the irrigated. And it's a beautiful night out here. But I think tomorrow there is a chance of severe weather tomorrow night, but we'll probably just get the rolling, and then maybe if it does rain, we'll just wait. Excited to do a little farming this ground. As you can see, it's just a little wet. It will definitely go tomorrow. You can tell just kind of making balls, but mud balls now, but it'll work up nice. And then we'll go to planting. So more to come. We've got about 100 acres in this field. Call this field the Overman Place. Then we've got 80 and another 93 acres. So if you're good at math, that's around 275 acres of dryland soybeans to plant. Then everything will be planted, and we will be waiting on wheat harvest. Probably have some stuff to spray in the next few weeks. Gonna check a couple things for Ethan in the morning. This is the field cultivator. The wings unfold, and it's what he's gonna be working the ground with. Let's see if this tractor's got fuel in it. And then, if you remember, we were charging the combine a couple days ago. I'm gonna see if it will start. Oh, we're full of fuel. Clear full of fuel. This thing's ready to go. When he gets off school, he can go to work, and we'll get those beans planted. And of course, here's the combine. Had to charge the battery. I had to go turn the battery. I took the charger off. I could tell it was charged. I haven't tried to start it yet. I'm gonna flip the battery switch to on, if this will start. And if you've never been inside a modern combine, maybe you've never seen inside a combine before, there's actually a header that will go on the front of this that will cut the wheat. And when you have wheat and corn, you actually have different headers that go on the front of a combine. And corn header is over there. Might be a little dark in here, but we will see. Yep, I think it's gonna start. Let's see here. Let's see if she starts. Starts. All right. Now this combine is a new to us combine. We cut 500 acres of soybeans with it. Cut 500 acres of soybeans with it last year. Still getting used to it. 2018. It's going to be a great machine for us for the size. It's perfect. Cut corn, soybeans, wheat, and it's got a lot of capacity, so we can get it done efficiently. It's got a very good air conditioner. You can see, we'll see if the latest software is updated. These new machines are very computer driven, like everything in our lives are. So everything's in this screen. And it actually records your yield as you cut through the field. It sends that information to a cloud, and you can access that data. And it'll make yield maps and all sorts of stuff. And I'll have my iPad in here while we're cutting, and it'll be mapping the yield maps for all the different fields. And we learn a lot from yield maps about where the ground might need, where the soil might need some extra things. But it's taking a while to load up here. Okay, so we're booted up here. It's telling me to calibrate the TCM. That's actually that has to do with our global positioning system. I'm not going to obviously do that today. You got to be outside and do all sorts of stuff. What I want to see as I go through this system is we want to see software. So we're running a software up check right now, just like a computer, really. Well, it is a computer, but we're running a software update. See what it says. No updates. All right. Battery charged. We'll get this thing back out in the next couple of weeks. Let's turn it off. We'll go disconnect the battery, and we'll actually have Ethan he will get all the dust off of it, wash it up, clean it up, don't put a flag on it, all sorts of stuff before we get out and cut with it. So, just checking some stuff out tonight. Here's the wheat with the head, and with this rain, it's gonna make wheat. I think we're gonna cut wheat. It is pathetic looking, but you just never know. It might, I don't know if it can make 10, 15, 20 bushels. I doubt it. I doubt it. Sometimes wheat surprises you, but I'm telling you what, it does not look good, but we're gonna get to cut it. So I was gonna show you, we have some soybeans emerging coming up. These were the first beans that we planted. You can see them all coming up out of the ground, pushing. See, that's how they come up. They arc and they lift the soil. And if you want to throw out some fancy terms, a soybean is a dicotyledon. And so it means two. Di means two cotyledons. You see the two cotyledons right here emerging. And so soybean, like corn, it has a growing point that stays under the soil. The soybean, if this goes away, if these two cotyledons were hailed off or something, it would kill the soybean plant. Corn is really different. It's a lot more, it's a monocotyledon, and it keeps its growing point under the ground so it can take more hail and things like that when it's little. But boy, you can really see it. See them coming up down the row. So we're getting good emergence on our beans. So I think I'll wrap this video up. Probably on the next one, you'll see us out there planting some dryland soybeans, and might have 2 tractors in the field probably tomorrow, but for sure on Thursday or Friday. And we'll get those beans planted. Fun stuff. Beautiful evening out here though, and hopefully more rain on the way tomorrow. Hope you all have a good one. Thanks for watching. It's been fun making these. Enjoy doing it. Enjoy having conversations with people, learning about farming, learn a little bit about our family's operation and what we do. And we'll keep showing it to you. Have a great day, and like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you later.